Good morning. Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookie Monsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, July the 31st, the last day of July. We are here to look at the new releases being set into the wild this week. And on Wednesdays, we look at those that are romance. Every day of the week, we look at a different genre. Mondays, we look at cozy mysteries. Tuesdays, we look at mysteries and thrillers. Wednesdays, like today, we look at romance. Tomorrow on Thursday, we'll be looking at fantasy and science fiction. And then Fridays is Freeform Fridays. We look at whatever I want to look at. All righty. Hope you had a good night. Quick announcements. I don't have sprints on Wednesday night. Excuse me. So I don't have sprints tonight, but there are sprints tomorrow night. I do them 3 times a week, every Tuesday and Thursday evenings and Saturday afternoons. Speaking of afternoons, good afternoon, Helen. How you doing? How's it going over there? All right, we're going to jump in because there are a lot of them. At first, on the first website I checked out, there were only like a couple. It's like, ooh, this might be a tough week, but no, I did find more. Good, thanks. Good, good, good. All right. First up, Between Friends and Lovers by Charlene Awudi. I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. To thousands of Instagram followers, Josephine Boateng is the dazzling Dr. Jojo, and her opinions on health and self love matter. Her message: be smart, be significant, and do not put up with foolish men. Off camera, Jo's story is more complicated. She's grappling with depression and the pressures of her career, and her love life is non existent, thanks to a longtime unrequited crush on her best friend, rom com heartthrob Ezra Edelman. But when Ezra shows up to his 30th birthday party with her childhood bully on his arm, Jo realizes enough is enough. It's time to take her own advice and prioritize herself. No one is more shocked than Malcolm Waters. Sorry about that. My it was being covered. When his debut novel turns him into a literary darling, the type who gets invited to a swanky penthouse party to discuss film opportunities. Rubbing elbows with the elite of entertainment will be great for his career, except he's terrible with people and even worse at networking. Just when Malcolm is ready to throw in the towel, he's rescued by none other than Dr. Jojo. He's been following her on social media for years, and she's even more impressive in real life. And to his bewilderment, the feeling is mutual. But Jo, Ezra, and Malcolm exist in a world where the line between private and public is as blurred as the line between friendship and love. The question is, can they risk defining those lines to create something real? You know, there's 3 people on the cover, not just a couple. Makes me wonder. Hi, Elena. Happy birthday from yesterday. How'd it go? My birthday was yesterday, and it was great. I got my free birthday drink, and my dad ordered Chili's yesterday's dinner. Oh, noms. Hope you had a very good day. Hi, Mary. Good morning. It's afternoon over the pond. So nice to see you here, Helen. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Elena, as well. Mary, you're looking snazzy. Oh, thank you. My pattern shirt. Slow Dance by Rainbow Roll. This is a Reese Book Club pick. If that means anything to you. I know who it is. They're just friends, best friends, allies. They spent entire summers sitting on Shiloh's porch steps dreaming about the future. They are both going to get out of North Omaha. Shiloh would go to college and become an actress, and Carrie would join the Navy. They promised each other that their friendship would never change. Well, Shiloh did go to college, and Carrie did join the Navy, and yet somehow everything changed. Now Shiloh's 33, and it's been 14 years since she talked to Carrie. She's been married and divorced. She has 2 kids, and she's back living in the same house she grew up in. Her life is nothing like she planned. When she's invited to an old friend's wedding, all Shiloh can think about is whether Carrie will be there and whether she hopes he will be. Would Carrie even want to talk to her after everything? The answer is yes, and yes, and yes. Well, way to spoil the plot. Oh, we know it was going to have a happy ending. It's a romance. Name Your Price by Holly James. Did I win anything last night? No, I did not. I was kind of surprised because usually I do with jewelry, but more people are buying jewelry apparently. I didn't tune in because I had no tickets. First, I think for me. Yeah. It was nice to see the winnings spread around a little bit. Olivia Martin and Chuck Walsh have chemistry, too much chemistry perhaps. Their every interaction as a couple and either lights the house up with sexual tension or burns it down with anger. After one huge, very public fight, they finally break up for good, or so they think. Someone was filming their dramatic argument in the street, and because Olivia's parents were Hollywood royalty, and because Chuck's an actor whose star is on the rise, the video goes viral. When Name Your Price, a reality game show, sees the footage, they invite Olivia and Chuck to shoot a very unusual challenge. Live locked in a house together for 1 month, and they will be paid $1 million each. Olivia really needs the money if she's going to keep her beloved grandmother in her nursing home, and Chuck is desperate for any chance to win Olivia back. So the game is on. Even as the show tries to pluck every nerve with only one bed, one bathroom, and a set of rules that will lose them money if broken, including no touching, with stakes that have never been higher and their explosive chemistry at a fever pitch, can Chuck and Olivia keep it together and their hands off each other for 1 month? Find out next week on Name Your Prize. Name your price. It amazes me the ways they come up with people to be on reality shows, fake reality shows in the rom-coms. New Dreams for the Village Nurse. A totally gorgeous feel-good romance by Tilly Tennant, second in the Village Nurse series. This is in the Lake District of England. Audley Oakcroft can't imagine living anywhere but the village of Thimbleberry. Since moving there after her husband's death, the villagers have welcomed her with open arms, and it's been a long time since she's felt this happy. Another reason for the sparkle in her eyes is her blossoming romance with Heath, who showed her that second chances at love can happen. But when a chance meeting with Heath's glamorous ex-wife Mila sparks a terrible argument between the pair, and with Audley's patience keeping her too busy to repair the cracks in the relationship, things begin to feel a little shaky, especially when Simon, a handsome new GP with dark eyes and broad shoulders, arrives in Thimbleberry, and Heath shows a jealous side that Audley has never seen before. Audley knows how lucky she is to have found Heath, but when she discovers that Mila has been secretly visiting Thimbleberry, she fears the worst. Heath tries to reassure her, but why did he keep Mila's visits a secret? Did Audley make a mistake when she opened her fragile heart, or is she letting the hurt from her past stand in the way of her future? Yes and yes. Party Favors by Soraya Wilson. Apparently the price of $2 million each. There, that's the price. For a party planner in awe of the royals, daydreams fit for a queen might come true. For as long as she can remember, Everly April has been obsessed with the Monteran royals, especially Queen Cat, elegant, self-possessed, and living a fairy tale romance. As for Everly, her career as an event planner has stalled, and so has her love life. When a wealthy new client wants a sweet 16 party that's fit for an American princess, practicing her "What would Cat do" mantra, Everly offers to bring it to life by immersing herself in everything Montera. Call it intervento divino when she meets dizzyingly handsome and charismatic Max Colby, who's relocated stateside from the Monteran kingdom of her dreams. If Everly promises to be his New York City guide, he'll teach her the customs and culture of Montera so her party gets a boost of authenticity. Deal. As their friendship grows, Everly starts falling. But for what? Another attainable obsession? Max is such a dreamboat that surely he sees her as just a friend. Her royal to-do list is in order. She's revamping her life and learning to believe in herself. Maybe, just maybe, there's a chance for fate to bring Everly her happily ever after all. Serenity by the Sea. That's kind of a pretty cover by Jennifer Vito. Will a celebrity designer and her stubborn project manager sabotage their renovation or fall madly in love? Celebrity designer Haley Maybank escapes to Gull Island to reinvent herself after a high profile divorce, lending her expertise on a renovation project. Working with the boss's son comes with complications, but will she risk her reputation for a chance at love? Will Purdy is vying to become a partner in the family business by showcasing his design skills on the firm's latest project. Partnering with a famous designer with a tarnished reputation can ruin his plans, but will his growing attraction for the colorful artist allow him to get the job done? Shadow Target, sixth in the Shadow Team books. So this is romantic suspense. Fate was not finished with U.S. Marine Corps Captain Shep Porter and Willow Chamberlain, his ex-wife, a former Air Force combat jet fighter pilot. Shep works undercover with Delos, a global charity organization, and his upcoming assignment is to reinforce the charity's many schools in northern Ethiopia, a dangerous region known for international terrorists who hunt, kidnap girls and women and sell them into European sex trade. No one is more shocked than Shep when the Delos mission team tells him Willow is the pilot in command. Can he get along with his ex-wife and focus on the many civilian schools that need security upgrades? After all, it was his issues that had forced Willow out the door. Now, as his heart blossoms with hope for a second chance, he wonders if he dares tell her the truth that he still loves her. Does she still care for him? Unbeknownst to them, a cutthroat terrorist organization is stalking Willow in earnest. Will love be enough to save her? That Prince is Mine by J.C. Lee. I believe it's J.C. Emma Yoon dreams of opening a culinary school in Los Angeles. To that end, she teaches Korean royal court cuisine to hopeful brides of upper caste Korean families. Thanks to her godmother, a renowned matchmaker, business is booming. But when rival matchmakers plot against her godmother using Emma's single status, she must save her godmother's reputation and her dreams by finding a perfect on-paper husband, even if she's not ready for love. Meeting the gorgeous and irresistible Professor Michel Chevalier is not part of her plan. Prince Michel Chevalier refuses to marry a woman handpicked by his elders. If he must spend the rest of his life in service to his country, he wants to do so with someone he loves by his side. With only 3 months left until his arranged engagement is formally announced, Michel escapes to Los Angeles to find a bride of his choosing, someone who loves him for himself rather than his crown. Serendipity leads him right to Emma Yoon, who might just be the woman of his dreams. Coffee is required. The Days I Loved You Most by Amy Neff. In the summer of 1941, on the New England shores where they were raised, Evelyn and Joseph fell in love. Now, more than 60 years later, with a lifetime between them, they have gathered their 3 grown children to share the staggering news. She has received a heartbreaking diagnosis, and he can't live without her. So, in 1 year's time, they will end their love story on their own terms. Over the next year, the couple retraces their past, all the joys and regrets that brought them to this moment. They embark on a journey to live out their greatest dreams and to connect with each of their children. But as their final days draw closer, they must confront the stark reality of what's to come and make peace with the legacy they will leave behind for their family. Spanning the 20th century from World War II to 9/11 and beyond, this book is a timeless tale of unwavering devotion. I don't agree with their decision. That's me. I hope it ends differently. In the book. The Fiancé Dilemma by Elena Armas. Josie Moore has given the opposite sex and love plenty of chances. 4 exactly, if you count all her failed engagements, and 5 if you include her no longer absentee father. Nonetheless, when the influential man decides to announce his retirement with a splashy magazine piece and Josie learns that her romantic history isn't great PR for the family, she jumps at the chance to offer a solution. Matthew Flanagan is in the mud, literally. Not only has he been fired from his job, but after taking a wrong turn on his way to Green Oak, North Carolina, his car is stuck. So he grabs a duffel bag with his essentials and goes in search of a place to crash until he gets his life and vehicle back on track. But instead, he stumbles upon his best friend's sister Josie, greeting him as her fiancé. What starts as a big misunderstanding quickly turns into a fake engagement, with Matthew playing the role of the doting fiancé as he and Josie are swept into a PR whirlwind. The ring on Josie's finger makes her stomach turn, but she knows this is only temporary. They have rules in place, and one of them is that no matter what, there will be no exchange of I do's. But that's easier said than done, as lines soon start to blur, and the rest of the small town comes to believe the fifth fiancé is truly the one. The Scenic Route by Katie Ruggles. First, Beneath the Wild Sky. Why date a mountain man? Because climbing him will leave you breathless. Felicity Pax loves her job. She craves excitement, and being a bounty hunter gives her that in spades. So when her estranged mother disappears with a small fortune in tow, Felicity chases her like she would any other skip. Too bad she didn't barter on having increasingly infuriating and infuriatingly hot P.I. Bennett Green on her tail. Bennett's got a job to do, and if that means shadowing Felicity, well, he's had worse assignments, even if he's 99% sure the increasingly intriguing bounty hunter is leading him on a wild goose chase through the Rockies. If she has to drag her PI tail through endless quirky mountain towns in order to shake him, that's what she's determined to do. But it isn't long before Felicity's intended distraction turns up a mystery worth solving, and Bennett becomes the unexpected partner she never realized she needed. As things heat up, Felicity will have to decide what's most important to her, staying one step ahead of the enemy or giving herself freedom to experience the adventure of a lifetime. Until I Found You by Wendy Lindstrom, 10th in the Grayson family series. She's a woman in danger, snowbound with a stranger she must trust. When Sophia Flynn awakens in a mountain cabin badly wounded and without her memory, she suspects something terrible has happened. Her handsome rescuer calls her Willow and claims he's a Pinkerton agent who will protect her. Alone, injured, and totally at his mercy, she's afraid to trust a stranger, but Gray Sullivan is her only hope of surviving, especially with a fierce snowstorm hammering the cabin and somewhere out there who might want her dead. Their forced intimacy ignites a spark that leaves her wanting more. But when the storm lets up, will Gray consider his duty over and return to his own life? Or is there something real happening between them that will make him stay and protect her? That seems like a historical. Didn't say what year. One Year Ago in Spain by Evelyn Skye. Claire Walker has always had her life in perfect order, including her high-powered job at one of Manhattan's top corporate law firms. Yet the one thing she cannot seem to find is a perfect love to complete it, until fate pushes Matthias de Leon into her path. Matthias is a Spanish artist who is everything that Claire is not, free-spirited and creative, chaos to her order. She falls for him hard, and he for her. A year later, however, Claire begins to question everything about their relationship. How can they possibly work long term when they're so different? Might it be best to end it before they are both in too deep? When tragedy strikes while Matthias is visiting family, leaving him gravely wounded in a Madrid hospital. And when Claire drops everything to race to his side, she finds she is the only one who can see and talk to Matthias's soul detached from his comatose body. But that soul has no memories of his year in New York, of her, or their relationship. Claire soon realizes that in order to lure Matthias back to his body, she will have to convince him to fall in love with her all over again. But can lightning strike twice? Can the same magic that brought them together once do so again? Well, that was a strange twist I didn't see coming. We Were on a Break by Joe Lovett. A Summer to Remember. Stranded in Italy with all the planes grounded due to volcanic ash, Callum puts his fate in the hands of a stranger. His work friend Azim has a contact who's also in the country, and she's happily agreed to give him a lift home in her van. But when he meets the girl at the designated meeting point, his heart soars. He'd know that face anywhere. A love to last a lifetime. When Emma sees Callum again, she doesn't know whether to laugh or cry. It's taken so many years to heal her heart. Can she really spend 2 weeks with this man in close quarters? As they embark on the drive of a lifetime, it certainly feels like fate has had a hand in reuniting them. But forgetting past rifts and overcoming resentments isn't so easy. Can the gift of time and forced proximity bring them back together again? A gorgeous romantic comedy set against the beautiful sights of Italy and France. That one actually might have some potential. Last one, and the bell's about to ring. Second Chances at the Little Love Cafe by Lucy Mitchell. If she's honest, Alice has stopped believing in the power of love. Finding your fiance in bed with a woman he met during his bachelor party will do that. So when Alice's first love, Noah, the one who got away, reappears in her seaside hometown after more than 20 years, the cynical single mom doesn't know how to feel. However, when Alice and Noah are left in charge of the Little Love Cafe while the owner goes abroad, her jaded attitude has a negative effect on the business, and soon the hashtag Heartbreak Cafe threatens to start trending. She's on a sure path to self-destruction. A family feud is brewing, and the cafe is in peril. Can anyone help them turn things around, or is the Little Love Cafe doomed to close its doors for a final time? That's all the love we can handle today. Yes, definitely a new idea. Yeah, talking to the soul. You do such an amazing job in timing your selections with the bells. Hope you and everyone has a great day and hope to see some of you later at Thunderbolt's Descendants. Thank you very much. Well, I know I've got time for about 13 to 15 books, and sometimes there's no dilly-dallying, no lollygagging. We gotta get through them, like today. Thank you guys so much again. I don't do sprints on Wednesday night, so you are marked free of doing sprints tonight. We do have them tomorrow. Actually, I think there's something going on with the Killing Cozies group, but I'm not quite sure about that, so don't quote me. But I do have them tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. I often start early because traffic is better in summer, so be sure to hit the notification bell. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Tomorrow we'll be looking at fantasy and science fiction. Hope you have a very good day. Please take care of yourselves. Please. I love you guys. I don't want to lose you to silly things. Speaking of silly things, real quickly, Mary, you weren't on last night. Our receptionist almost came so close to falling for one of those scam phone calls, but at the very last minute, we convinced her it was a fake. So be careful out there. They are out there trying to get you. In the meantime, please read good books. And as the banner says, don't be a bookworm, be a bookie monster. Nom, nom, nom. Have a good day and God bless.